All right, so everyone is locked in on this Alabama-LSU showdown, and looks like we've got a stack of research on this one.
Yeah.
I can already tell this deep dive is going to get interesting.
Absolutely.
We've got Alabama. They're looking like the unstoppable force this season. And then there's LSU, always a wild card, but definitely capable of shaking things up.
Yeah, it's a classic SEC rivalry.
Oh, for sure.
And one with huge implications this year.
Yeah.
We're not just going to rehash the usual pregame predictions.
Right.
You want to go deep on this. So let's dive into the strategic nuances
Okay.
and those key factors that could really swing the outcome.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's start with the big picture, those contrasting team identities.
Okay.
You've got Alabama, the perennial powerhouse operating under Saban's system that seems to just churn out NFL talent year after year.
Right.
Then there's LSU, known for that explosive, almost unpredictable style of play.
Exactly. But this year, it's interesting because LSU have a new offensive coordinator.
I was just going to say.
And from your notes, it seems like they're trying to implement a more balanced approach.
Right.
They're still explosive, but there's a focus on ball control and setting up the run that we haven't always seen from them.
Interesting.
That could be a key factor against Alabama's defense.
And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
Yeah.
You've been following both teams closely, so yeah, this isn't just your typical unstoppable force versus immovable object narrative.
Right.
There's a wrinkle this year with LSU's offensive shift.
Definitely.
What does this win really mean for each team this year?
For Alabama, it's business as usual, stay at the top,
Right.
keep that playoff spot secured.
Mm-hmm.
But for LSU, this is different.
Okay.
A win against Alabama with this new offensive approach.
Yeah.
It's almost a validation.
Wow.
It says we're back, we're contenders, and it sends a message to the rest of the SEC.
A statement win.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's look at how they've actually performed this season.
Right.
Because that always adds another layer. Alabama is having a strong season as expected,
Right.
but they haven't really been tested by a team like LSU.
I see what you're saying.
A team with this much offensive firepower, even with the more balanced approach.
And that's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
You highlighted this article that talks about Alabama's secondary.
Yeah.
While statistically strong, hasn't faced a receiving core as deep and talented as LSU's.
Oh, wow.
Even if LSU is trying to establish the run more, they have the weapons to exploit any weakness in Alabama's pass defense.
So you're saying this might not be the typical Alabama just shuts down everyone kind of game?
Right.
This could be where those big plays LSU is known for could really come into play.
Exactly.
Huh.
And you were smart to flag that article because it points to a potential turning point.
Oh, really?
Alabama might need to adjust their defensive strategy. And we all know Saban hates to show his hand early in the season.
Right.
This game could force him to.
Interesting. So we've got this interesting tension.
Yeah.
Alabama's strength might not be as dominant against LSU's specific offensive threats.
That's a good point.
Now, you've also been digging into the quarterback matchup, and I know everyone's eyes are going to be on that.
Of course.
We've got Alabama's quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
the more traditional pocket passer,
Right.
efficient and gets the job done.
Yeah.
Then you've got LSU's quarterback who can make all the throws, but is also a serious running threat.
And this is where your notes on LSU's new offensive coordinator come back into play.
Okay.
This coordinator is known for using his quarterback's mobility to open up the run game.
Wow.
Think designed quarterback runs, option plays, things that force Alabama's defense to account for the quarterback as a runner,
Okay.
which in turn creates space for LSU's running backs.
So while everyone's focused on the quarterback duel,
Right.
this could actually be the key to LSU's run game, which we know they want to establish this year.
Exactly.
It's almost like a hidden layer of strategy.
I like that.
This could be huge GE.
And it's something Alabama might not be fully prepared for.
Really?
You pointed out in your research that Alabama's defense has been really successful against traditional running attacks,
Yeah.
but they haven't faced many quarterbacks who are true running threats this season,
So that could be a problem for them.
potentially.
Okay, let's pause here for a second because this is where it gets really interesting for you.
Okay.
You flagged this article about Alabama's linebacker, right?
Yeah.
He's coming off an injury, and you're wondering if he'll be 100% for this game.
Big question mark.
How do you think his health could impact Alabama's ability to contain LSU's quarterback, especially on those designed runs?
That's a great question, and it's something I'm really going to be watching for.
Yeah.
If that linebacker isn't at full speed, It could create a real vulnerability for Alabama.
Oh, wow.
LSU's offensive coordinator is going to be looking to exploit that weakness, especially early in the game.
So you've got the quarterback matchup itself, which everyone is going to be analyzing. But you've also got this underlying strategic battle.
Right.
LSU trying to use their quarterback's mobility to open up the run game, and Alabama potentially having a weakness they could exploit if this key linebacker isn't at 100%.
Yeah, a lot to watch there.
Now let's talk about the wide receiver versus secondary matchup, because this is where things could get explosive.
Right, let's do it.
You highlighted LSU's receiving core, and for good reason.
Yeah.
They are incredibly talented and deep.
No doubt.
But on the flip side, you also flagged this article that breaks down Alabama's secondary and their ability to limit big plays.
Yeah.
They're disciplined, they don't get fooled easily, and they're excellent tacklers.
A tough matchup, for sure.
So how do you see this playing out?
Well,
LSU has the weapons to potentially torch any secondary,
right.
but Alabama is known for shutting down even the best receivers.
Yeah.
This feels like a true clash of styles.
This is where your deep dive comes in handy, because you provided us with insights we wouldn't get from just watching ESPN.
Glad to hear it.
You pointed out that LSU's new offensive coordinator loves to use bunch formations and pick plays to get his receivers open.
That did.
That's going to be a challenge for Alabama's secondary, who are used to playing more man-to-man coverage.
So even though Alabama's secondary is considered one of the best, they're going to have to adapt to this new challenge presented by LSU's offensive scheme.
For sure.
And this is where it gets really interesting for you.
Okay.
You mentioned that you're curious to see if Alabama's star safety, who's known for his instincts and ability to read the quarterback, can anticipate those pick plays and disrupt LSU's passing game.
Absolutely. That safety is going to be key for Alabama.
Okay.
If he can sniff out those pick plays and get to the receiver before the ball arrives, it could really disrupt LSU's offensive flow. But if LSU can catch him out of position even once, it could be a touchdown.
So much riding on this one player.
Right.
This is why you do a deep dive.
Yeah.
You get those inside scoops that make watching the game even more exciting. Now let's talk about the running game, because that's always a crucial factor in these SEC battles.
Absolutely.
Alabama is known for their powerful running game, and they've got a stable of talented running backs who can wear down any defense.
And LSU's defense has been a bit susceptible to the run this year.
Oh, really?
You even highlighted a stat in one of your articles that shows they're giving up an average of over 4 yards per carry.
Yeah.
That's something Alabama's definitely going to try to exploit.
But here's the twist.
Okay.
You also noted that LSU's defensive coordinator is known for being aggressive, especially against the run. He likes to bring extra defenders into the box, which can create chaos and disrupt the offensive line's blocking schemes.
That's right. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy.
Interesting.
If they can time their blitzes perfectly and get to the running back before he gets going, it could be very effective.
Yeah.
But if they guess wrong, it could leave huge holes for Alabama's running backs to exploit.
So Alabama's strong running game meets LSU's aggressive run defense. It's almost like a game of chicken.
I like that analogy.
Do they blitz and risk giving up a big play, or do they play it safe and try to contain Alabama's running backs?
And remember, this ties back to what we talked about earlier.
What's that?
If LSU can force Alabama into obvious passing situations by being aggressive against the run, it might play right into their hands.
Oh, I see.
They want to test that Alabama secondary.
Okay, before we move on to predicted game plans, let's recap what we've uncovered so far.
Right.
Alabama, while favored, might be facing a tougher matchup than people realize.
Potentially.
LSU's new offensive scheme and their deep receiving core could exploit Alabama's secondary, especially if that key linebacker isn't at 100%.
Right.
On the other hand, LSU's run defense, while aggressive, could be vulnerable to Alabama's powerful running attack.
That's right.
And don't forget the strategic battle within the quarterback matchup.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
LSU wants to use their quarterback's running ability to open up the run game, while Alabama will be looking to contain him and force him into predictable passing situations.
A lot of layers to this one.
You've got layers upon layers of intrigue here.
This is why we do deep dives.
Exactly.
It's not just about the surface level analysis.
Right.
It's about uncovering those hidden narratives, those strategic wrinkles that make watching the game that much more exciting.
I love it.
Me too. You've really done your homework on this matchup. I'm impressed with the connections you're making between your sources.
Well, thanks.
It's clear you're not just passively reading, you're actively thinking about how these different pieces fit together.
Well, that's what makes this so fun for me. I love getting into the nitty-gritty of these games.
Yeah.
Trying to understand not just what's happening on the field, but why it's happening.
Right.
And you're right, those connections are where the real insights come from.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Hey there. Welcome to Good Advice Giver. First, we want to start by saying a massive thank you for tuning in today. Whether you're a long-time listener or you're joining us for the first time, we're truly grateful to have you here. We know you've got a lot of options when it comes to podcasts, so the fact that you're spending your time with us means the world. So thank you.
That's right. We're excited to have you with us because here on Good Advice Giver, we cover just about everything. Whether you're interested in sports, relationships, sex, money, finances, business, digital marketing, music, education, movies, comedy, or something else entirely, we've got it all. No topic is off limits here, and we dive deep into real, meaningful conversations that matter.
We've also got a mix of male and female hosts, so you're always getting a well-rounded perspective on every topic we cover, from business strategies to personal development, from car shopping to digital products like affiliate marketing. We bring a little bit of everything to the table. Our goal is to offer advice, insights, and some laughs along the way to make sure you feel welcome and engaged, no matter what brought you here.
And it doesn't stop there. We're not just about giving great advice, we're about action. On this podcast, we even sell products and services we believe in, from affiliate marketing opportunities to cars and more. So whether you're looking to boost your business or find practical ways to improve your everyday life, you're in the right place.
As always, we want you to stay connected with us. Be sure to download this episode so you can listen anytime, anywhere, whether you're commuting, working out, or just relaxing. And while you're at it, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. That's the best way to stay in the loop for upcoming episodes, behind-the-scenes content, and even giveaways.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're posting extra content there, including video podcasts and deep dive discussions you won't want to miss. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what topics you want to hear more about.
Lastly, check out the link below in the description for exclusive offers, resources, and more ways to connect with us. We're here for you, and we can't wait to bring you more valuable content. Thanks again for tuning in to Good Advice Giver. Let's get started.
Okay, so let's move on to predicted game plans. How do we think each team is going to approach this game based on what we've learned from your deep dive?
Let's start with Alabama.
Okay.
Because I think their game plan is probably going to be a bit more predictable.
Yeah.
They're going to want to establish the run early, control the clock,
Right.
and wear down LSU's defense.
It's classic Alabama football.
Yeah.
They want to impose their will on the opponent, play physical, and dictate the tempo.
Right.
We've seen it work time and time again.
Exactly. But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
You flagged this quote from LSU's defensive coordinator in one of your articles.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He said, "We know they're going to try to run the ball down our throats. We're ready for it. We're going to make them one-dimensional." Do you think they can actually pull that off?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It's one thing to say you're going to stop Alabama's run game. It's another thing to actually do it.
Right.
But if LSU can somehow manage to slow down the run, force Alabama to pass more than they want to, that could change the entire complexion of the game.
Especially if they can get pressure on Alabama's quarterback.
Right.
I'm looking at your notes here, and you highlighted a weakness in Alabama's offensive line.
Yeah.
They've given up a lot of sacks this season, particularly from the left side.
That's a good point.
Could this be where LSU's aggressive defensive coordinator dials up some blitzes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where those designed quarterback runs we talked about earlier could come into play.
Oh, yeah.
If LSU can get Alabama's defense thinking run, then hit them with a quick pass or a screen, they could catch them off guard and pick up some big chunks of yardage.
Interesting. So even though Alabama wants to control the game with their run game,
right,
LSU might try to turn the tables and force them to play a style they're not as comfortable with?
For sure.
This is getting juicy.
It is.
Now, what about LSU's offensive game plan?
Okay.
We know they're trying to be more balanced this year, but they still have that explosive potential.
I think they're going to want to establish the run early. but not necessarily in the traditional way. They're going to use their quarterback's mobility to keep Alabama's defense honest.
Right.
And they're going to look for opportunities to create mismatches in the passing game.
And you highlighted a potential mismatch in your research.
It did.
LSU's star receiver versus Alabama's backup cornerback.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That could be a key battle to watch.
Absolutely. If LSU can get that matchup isolated, they're going to try to exploit it.
How so?
They're going to throw fades, slants, anything to get the ball in their receiver's hands and let him make a play.
And you even have a stat here about how many yards after the catch that receiver has this season.
Yeah, that's a big number.
He's averaging over 10 yards per reception after the catch.
It's ridiculous.
If Alabama misses a tackle, he's gone.
Exactly. So LSU's game plan is going to be about being opportunistic.
Okay.
Take what the defense give them, but don't be afraid to take some shots down the field. And when they get those opportunities, they need to make the most of them. They need to score points,
Right.
And they need to score them fast.
I like it. So it sounds like we've got two very different approaches here.
We do.
Alabama wants to control the clock, wear down LSU's defense, and play a physical, methodical style.
Right.
LSU wants to create chaos,
Yeah.
make big plays, and score quickly.
It's going to be a fascinating contrast of styles.
It is.
And I think the team that can impose their will on the other is going to have a big advantage.
Okay, so we've talked about predicted game plans.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get down to brass tacks.
All right.
What are the keys to victory for each team?
Okay.
What do they absolutely need to do to win this game?
For Alabama, I think it all comes down to their offensive line.
Interesting.
Can they protect their quarterback long enough for him to make plays? Can they open up holes for their running backs?
Yeah.
If they can win the battle in the trenches, Alabama will be in good shape.
Okay, and defensively, they've got to limit those explosive plays from LSU.
Absolutely.
They can't afford to give up big chunks of yardage. They need to stay disciplined in their coverage and force LSU to drive the length of the field.
Exactly. Make them earn every yard.
Oh.
Don't give them anything easy.
I like it. Now, for LSU, I think the key is turnovers.
Turnovers.
They need to create turnovers on defense, and they need to protect the ball on offense.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at your notes here, and you've highlighted a specific stat about LSU's turnover margin this season.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's not great.
They've
given the ball away way too many times.
That's right. And against a team like Alabama, you can't afford to make those kinds of mistakes.
Yeah.
You turn the ball over, they're going to make you pay.
So for LSU, it's all about playing clean football, taking care of the ball,
Right.
and creating opportunities for their offense.
Yeah.
But they also need to make those big plays when they get the chance.
Big plays.
They can't settle for field goals.
Absolutely. They need to score touchdown.
Touchdowns.
And they need to score them in bunches.
Okay.
Because if this game turns into a shootout, I think Alabama has the advantage.
So it sounds like we've got a real battle brewing here.
They do.
Two teams with very different strengths, two very different approaches to the game. It's going to be fascinating to see who can impose their will on the other.
And remember, this is a rivalry game.
Oh, yeah.
Anything can happen.
Okay, I know you hate making predictions, but I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh, boy.
If you had to bet your house on this game, who are you taking?
You know, I don't like to gamble.
Come on.
But if I had to choose, and let me be clear, I am not recommending anyone actually bet their house on this game.
Of course not.
I think I'd lean towards Alabama.
Alabama.
They're the more experienced team. They've got the stronger defense, and they're playing at home.
Okay. But you're not ruling out an LSU upset.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
LSU has the talent to beat anyone in the country on any given day.
For sure.
And in a rivalry game like this, emotions run high. Anything can happen.
Okay.
But to answer your question directly, I'd say Alabama.
Alabama.
But don't be surprised if LSU pulls off the upset.
All right, so we've analyzed the teams, the matchups, the game plans, the keys to victory, and even gotten a very hesitant prediction.
That's right.
But before we wrap up, I want to take a step back and talk about the bigger picture.
What do you mean?
Well, this game is about more than just a win or a loss. It's about the tradition, the rivalry, the history between these two programs.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This is one of the most storied rivalries in college football. It goes back decades.
Wow.
And there have been so many classic games, so many memorable moments. It's the kind of rivalry that defines a conference,
Right.
shapes the landscape of the sport.
And it's a rivalry that seems to always deliver.
It does.
The games are always close, always intense, always full of drama.
And this year's game is no different. You've got two highly ranked teams, both with national championship aspirations.
Right.
The stakes are incredibly high.
So while we've been focused on the X's and O's, the tactical analysis we can't forget about, the intangible factors, the passion, the intensity, the pride that these players and coaches have.
Those are the things that make this rivalry so special.
Exactly.
It's about more than just football. It's about the history, the tradition, the bragging rights. It's about the fans, the alumni, the entire communities that rally around these teams.
And I think we're in for another classic chapter in this rivalry.
Well, I think so.
A game that will be remembered for years to come.
So to everyone listening, get ready, buckle up. This is Alabama versus LSU.
Wow.
And it's going to be epic.
We've talked a lot about the coaches and the schemes and the big picture stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, these games are won and lost by the players on the field.
You're absolutely right. It's those individual battles, those moments of brilliance that often decide the outcome.
And you've highlighted some key matchups in your research that you're particularly excited to see. We've got future NFL stars on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Guys who are hungry to prove themselves on this national stage.
A big stage.
It's almost like a game within the game.
Right.
Those personal duels that add another layer of intrigue.
The one that really jumps out at me is the battle between Alabama's left tackle and LSU's star defensive end.
Okay.
You've got two of the most physically dominant players in college football.
Wow.
Going head-to-head on every single play.
And you pointed out that Alabama's left tackle has been struggling a bit this season.
He has.
He's given up a few sacks and he's had some penalties.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a huge opportunity for LSU's defensive end to make a statement.
Especially since LSU's defensive coordinator loves to bring pressure from the edge.
Right.
If that defensive end can get a consistent pass rush, it could disrupt Alabama's entire offense.
But on the flip side, if Alabama's left tackle can hold his own, it could give their quarterback the time he needs to pick apart LSU's secondary.
Right.
And that leads us to another individual matchup you were really excited about.
Yeah.
LSU slot receiver versus Alabama's nickel cornerback.
This one is interesting because it's a battle of speed versus instincts.
Okay.
LSU's receiver is lightning fast, one of the quickest players in the country.
Yeah, I've seen his highlights.
But Alabama's cornerback is known for his intelligence and his ability to anticipate routes.
So it's a classic chess match.
It is.
The receiver is going to try to use his speed to create separation,
Right.
while the cornerback is going to try to outsmart him and be in the right position to make a play on the ball.
And you mentioned that this cornerback has a knack for making big plays. He's had a couple of interceptions this season, including a pick six.
Exactly. So while this matchup might not get as much attention as the battle in the trenches, it could have just as big an impact on the game. And that's what I love about these deep dives. You discover these hidden gems, these under-the-radar matchups that could be just as exciting as the main event.
And sometimes it's those unsung heroes.
Yeah.
Those players who don't get all the headlines,
right,
who make the biggest difference in these games.
You're so right. Think about a special teams play, a clutch interception, a blocked kick. Those moments can completely swing the momentum of a game.
Absolutely.
And they often come from players you might not even know the names of.
And that's what makes this rivalry so unpredictable.
Yeah.
You've got two teams loaded with talent, but you also have those individual matchups, those moments of uncertainty that make it impossible to know for sure what's going to happen.
And let's not forget about the coaching matchup.
Oh, yeah, the coaches.
We've got two of the best coaches in the country going head-to-head.
Two legends.
Both with multiple national championships under their belts.
This is where your deep dive on the coaches really comes into play.
I tried to do my best.
You've uncovered some interesting insights into their philosophies, their tendencies, their approaches to these big games.
Alabama's coach is known for his attention to detail.
Right.
His disciplined approach, his ability to make adjustments throughout the game. He's not going to panic. He's not going to get rattled.
I've seen it all.
He's going to trust his system, trust his players, and make the necessary changes to put his team in a position to win.
LSU's coach, he's a bit more of a gambler.
Oh, really?
He's not afraid to take risks to go for it on fourth down.
Oh.
To call trick plays. He wants to keep the opponent guessing, keep them off balance.
And he's not afraid to show some emotion on the sideline. He's going to be fired up. He's going to be motivating his players.
Right.
He's going to be trying to create that energy and momentum that can be so crucial in a rivalry game like this.
So we've got the tactical battle on the field.
Yeah.
But we've also got this psychological battle between the coaches.
I like it. Who can outsmart the other? Who can make the better adjustments? Who can motivate their players to perform at their highest level?
And, sometimes those coaching decisions,
Yeah.
those little adjustments can be the difference between winning and losing.
Well, I, for one, am ready for the unexpected.
Me too.
I'm ready for those jaw-dropping plays to know. Those moments that make you jump out of your seat. I'm ready for the passion, the intensity, the drama that only a rivalry like this can deliver.
Me too. And I think everyone listening is ready for it too. This is what college football is all about.
Exactly.
The rivalries, the traditions, the moments that become part of the fabric of the sport.
And this Alabama-LSU matchup, it's one of those rivalries that transcends the game itself.
It does.
It's a cultural phenomenon, a clash of styles, a battle for bragging rights that extends far beyond the football field.
It's a rivalry that brings people together, sparks debates, creates memories that last a lifetime.
So to everyone listening, get ready for a special one. Get ready for a game that will be talked about for years to come, because this is Alabama versus LSU, and it's going to be epic.
And remember, while we've discussed all these factors and potential scenarios, nothing is certain in a rivalry like this.
Right.
The beauty of it is that it often defies predictions and expectations.
That's the question, isn't it? Can LSU shock the world? Can they pull off the upset? We'll have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, this is going to be a game you won't want to miss.
Soak it all in. Enjoy the atmosphere, the energy, the passion, and let's see what unfolds in this latest chapter of one of college football's greatest rivalries.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive breaking down another fascinating topic. Until then, thanks for listening.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.